Welcome to 843 TV. We're here this morning with Miss Daniella Augenstein-Squicquero. She is the Director of Business Development with the Greater Bluffton Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for being with us this morning. How are you?
Thank you very much for having me. I'm very well. How are all of you?
Doing good. So what led you to becoming the Director of the Business Development for the Bluffton Chamber?
Well, most of you probably know Shelley West Hodges, who is the President of the Chamber, and she and I, after we got to know each other a little bit, I think we realized that we really had a very similar vision for the Greater Bluffton area and just the Low Country in general. We see a lot of the same abilities and sort of larger long-term vision for the area. And so because we share so many of those similarities, I think we just really saw the benefit in working together. And so she actually worked to develop this position for me so that I could have sort of a unique standing in the chamber so that I could be a resource.
It's very exciting.
And what do you hope to do in your new capacity?
Well, it's actually a little bit formative right now, but the ultimate goal, I think, is to just help bolster the business community in the Bluffton area, and that's kind of twofold. You have the local and you have the hyper-local, which is the business, area businesses that are already present. So that's helping them achieve whatever it is that they need, being able to come to me, come to the chamber in order to get what they need, get in front of the right people, strengthen their businesses as they are. Then you have the other arm of that, which is bringing businesses that may or may not yet exist that are not here to the area. So that's the growth aspect of this. And what we're seeing now is that there's a lot of literature out there that says that, of course, taxes and regulations and all of those things factor into a business deciding where they're going to end up locating. But more than that, it's actually quality of life for the workers and the employees. We have that in spades. So, but I think that a lot of people in the country and really internationally, this area is sort of still hidden from them, and they don't really understand what's available here and how many wonderful things that my husband and I, when we moved here, fell in love with as well. So that's something that I'd like to just educate the larger population on.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Daniella, what are your long-term goals for the Greater Bluffton area?
Well, sort of feeding off of that last one, what I would really like to see, and this may just be my personal vision, but I think that it could really benefit the area, is sort of a growth of what already exists here. So not creating a large city or getting rid of all of the eclectic, cultured, quaint sort of aspects of the seaside town that is Bluffton, but seeing it grow as it already is and just sort of expand and allowing for that huge art market and all the skilled workers that we do have or that we could have, and just sort of seeing what's already here continuing, because it's so wonderful. You don't want to see it fundamentally change, you just want to see it added onto itself.
Well, and I think that's a battle probably that you've already experienced, is between those two groups of people. You have those that want to pull the reins back and go, don't change it.
That's right.
And then you have the other half that are like, no, let it grow. And it's hard to keep a balance between the two of those.
Exactly. And actually, just to address that really quickly, change is inevitable.
Exactly.
It always is.
And change is good.
Right?
What some people think.
And so, because it's inevitable, why don't we sort of get out in front of that inevitability and make sure that it's something that we want it to be instead of just allowing it to go as it will.
Right.
And I think that if you have the right people and the capacities to be able to do that, then you can allow for something that eventually becomes self-sustaining, and you don't always have to have a centrally sort of located planning committee or whatever it is. So, yeah.
So speaking of development, are there any new developments either with the Chamber or in Bluffton that you'd like to make businesses aware of?
Well, of course, the most obvious new development is me. As they said, the Director of Business Development there at the Greater Bluffton Chamber of Commerce, and I'm so happy to be there. And I think that we can really make a big difference. But the biggest thing about my presence is that I am there to be a resource. I have a lot of experience in the business world in all different ways. Small businesses, larger businesses, a lot of businesses within family, people that I've known. So I've been observing this for a very long time, and I've been involved in it integrally for a very long time. So I bring that as well as the fact that my other hat is real estate, which of course there are plenty of us around here. But because of that, I have my thumb on the pulse of market changes in maybe a different way than the other staffers in the chamber. So we complement each other. One other thing that I would like for people to really be aware of is the fact that we will build a package for you. So if there's something that a new business that's just come to the area, for example, they are in need of certain things. They need to get in front of people. They need to have certain documents taken care of. They don't know who to talk to. That's me. Somebody that's been here for a long time, but maybe you don't quite know that they're there. A lot of the signage things, 278, it's beautiful, but you don't know where anything is. That's why you join the chamber. So we can do sort of renewal of vows with the Bluffton area, if you will. So that ability to create those packages for people to really maximize their member benefits, I think, is a great, great thing. And then, of course, the mentorship programs, the business buddies. We really just want to be a resource. It's very important to us.
So you just touched on a couple of the reasons why a
Yes.
Bluffton business may want to
That's
join
right.
the chamber. But maybe for a small business owner out there who's watching and is maybe on the fence, what are a couple of the primary reasons he or she should join the Bluffton chamber?
Well, I want to mention too that we have just finished our 3rd year in existence, and we are roughly at 500 members. They have done an incredible job in growing this chamber, but you're seeing it part and parcel with the growth of the Bluffton area.
Right.
Again, it was an inevitability. So Bluffton, because of the kind of place that it is, and there's a lot of business happening there, networking is a huge reason to join the chamber. And these small businesses, they're everywhere. They dot the streets. They're all over the place. Many people work out of their homes. The only way anybody's ever going to know that, barring the fact that they have a secret enormous marketing budget, is to be able to network through the chamber. We will give you e-blasts, we'll get you onto social media. People will know you're there.
They've done an amazing job.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank
I'm
you
sure
for
we'll see
having
more
me.
of you.
I hope so.
And for more information about the Bluffton Chamber, please go to their website and make sure that you come right back for another segment of 843 TV.